back on the Morning Brew with friends. I got my buddy Max Way, and a lot of us remember last time Max was here, he brought chickens.
Yeah, just little baby chicks.
And the chicks got away, and they escaped underneath the sofa, and we spent like, we took like all of us together to lift the sofa.
It was a team effort for sure. Everybody was spread out everywhere.
Just to catch the one little chick that ran away. It was crazy. But today you've got pumpkins, because the pumpkin patch in Rancho just opened.
We did. We just opened this Saturday. That's our biggest fundraiser of the year for our nonprofit, Galloping Grace Youth Ranch. And we opened on Saturday there, and this weekend was one of the biggest opening weekends we've ever had.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And so how do you go get a pumpkin? I mean, is it just a field and you go pick one, or do you guys already picked them and they're already set up?
Yeah, we do it a little bit differently than most because we're right in the heart of the city there in Rio Rancho. We're at the Star Center, so we set up a farm on pavement, and it takes us about a month to do it.
Oh my gosh.
So we actually bring all of our pumpkins in locally from the Estancia Valley, just on the other side of the mountain. And we set up, it's a very big decorative type of pumpkin patch where people can go and pick anything from a little baby pumpkin to some of our mega pumpkins that are 50+ pounds.
Is that what it looks like there?
Yep, that's a lot what it looks like.
That's pretty cool. Just
exactly.
the urban pumpkin patch.
It is. There you go. That's a good idea. That's
it.
Urban pumpkin patch. I like it.
And you can get so this pumpkin here, it's actually a lot heavier than it looks.
They are. They're pretty stout.
Right. That's a solid, I don't know, 10, 15 pound
Yeah,
pumpkin,
that's probably about a 15 to 20 pound pumpkin.
So do you guys charge by the pound or by the size?
We have a guide of size basically.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And so it starts everywhere from $1 all the way up to some of those big pumpkins. Sometimes we'll get some in that are 100+ pounds. I mean, they're the big giants. And so
that's cool.
Yeah.
So how do you grow those? I see those at the state fair, the giant ones that are like 200 pounds.
Right.
How do you even grow one of those?
You know, that's a science. There's people out there that they spend their whole year just trying to grow a few of those, and it takes all your time because it's, you know, they have to rotate them just right. They have to shade them at certain times and then give them sun at different times. It's a process.
And these are more organically grown.
This is all just out in the fields, large crop. You know, we've got the big circles of irrigation out there in the Estancia Valley, and they grow thousands and thousands. One of the best pumpkin farm areas in the country, in fact.
Really?
We just have a great climate for it and great soil out there. And those pumpkin growers, they send pumpkins all over the country. And
you guys have something out there though that just sounds so much fun. It's called the corn pit.
Right.
And what is this? It just sounds so amazing.
We have over 6 tons of just corn kernels that are poured into a big pit area where the kids and parents alike. There's a picture of it right there. They get in there and they literally swim around in that. They bury each other. They fill up trucks and they just have a ball. That's probably our #1 attraction.
I can see why. That just looks like so much fun because it's kind of like the ball pits at the McDonald's or something. But,
exactly.
But it's corn, and that is very cool. And then beyond that, there's a scarecrow dress-up competition.
Well, we just have scarecrows where the kids can put different clothes on the scarecrows. A lot of different activities really geared towards younger kids, probably from about 9 years old and down.
Okay.
They can really, you know, we build our own corn maze out there, and so it's not like you're spending all day getting lost out there and wanting to know how to get out of a corn maze. And we've got a lot of animals. We've got a petting zoo. There's Mr. Pumpkinhead right there. So,
of course.
You know, got all the Mr. Pumpkinhead pieces you can put on.
And are those piglets?
Those are piglets, yep.
Are they in the petting zoo?
We have pigs in the petting zoo. These particular piglets, Charlotte is one of our main sows. Last year she made stardom. She had her litter right before we opened. She's there again this year, and she's pregnant and due any time. So
she might have another litter.
She'll have another litter here probably within the week.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And then she had a bunch of piglets for the event.
Yep, exactly.
How do you transport a sow with all of her piglets?
You know, actually, sows are such good mothers, and they're very even if she has 15 piglets, she knows every one of them. So really, all you have to do is pick one of them up and put it in the trailer, and she'll go right in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
So it makes it pretty easy, and she's a wonderful mother.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, and tell me more about the Galloping Grace Youth Ranch, because all of this stuff that's going on, the pumpkin patch, all the contests, everything else, it supports the ranch.
It does. It's our biggest fundraiser. We're a nonprofit, and our mission is about bringing pure joy to children by introducing them to farming and ranching and food production. And the way we do that, and we make it fun, is get those kids hands-on with our livestock, with crop growth, really getting them involved in the different agricultural things like pumpkin growing, and so that they have an idea of where food comes from, how it's produced. As a society, we have generationally, hard word to say, there you go, we'll try that. We've just kind of moved away from the farm and into the cities for a lot of reasons. So,
I think a lot of kids think that like the meat comes from some kind of magical meat world.
Well, it comes from the grocery store, right? So you go there and it's in a package, and that's what it is.
Right.
And that's all food. Bananas, where do they come from? They're just there. So I think as a society, it's important that we know where our food comes from. It's important that we know how to sustainably grow it and do it locally, so that we're not so dependent on the large kind of factory farm type of situation, and we have a little more control over how we produce that.
That's wonderful. And so, how many kids do you guys serve every year? How does that work?
Right. So all summer long, we run a program out at the ranch. Some of it is just about coming out and having families involved in the normal process of the day of taking care of the livestock and the ranch itself. And then we have a great junior leadership program where we involve teenage kids. This year we had close to 70 kids sign up in our summer program, and they come out and instead of sitting at home watching TV and playing video games, they're up at 7 o'clock in the morning, they're out on the ranch and they're doing chores.
You put them to work?
They work hard. They work real hard.
That sounds like the hardest sell in the world. It's like, I got the greatest summer camp for you. You're going to go work.
And they work, yeah, exactly. And it's hot, and it's dirty.
It is stinky.
It is. They're scooping manure and cleaning up pens and taking care of animals. But they love it. I think we all have this kind of innate desire to kind of get back to the roots.
Right.
And so kids love it. And so what we teach them is how to do these things, but also how to teach other kids about it. So we have a whole side of our program where we have camps where young kids that are 3 to 8 years old come out. And then our teenage kids are actually the ones who teach them and mentor them through the whole process.
That's very cool.
It is. It's a fantastic day.
So you guys are going to be out. It's October 26th to September 26th to October 31st, right?
Yep.
At the San Diego Star Center.
We're open.
There it is.
Yep, we're open every day except for Mondays, 9 to 6:30, and then the last Monday of the month we'll be open, and then on Halloween we'll be open till noon.
Excellent. So you can go pick up a pumpkin, and you can also dive in that corn pit.
Yep.
And dress up a scarecrow, play Mr. Pumpkinhead, and have a great time.
Here's the cool thing about that. Our admission, there's no cost for admission. We want all families to get in there. We charge for our pumpkins, and that's how we raise our money.
Sounds like a plan to me. Well, I'm going to go pick up a pumpkin. I have some ideas in my head
Yeah,
for a pumpkin for this Halloween, so
You
I've got to find the
carving.
perfect pumpkin just to make it happen.
We got thousands of them to choose from.
I'm in. We're back in a couple of seconds of Morning Brew, and I think we're going to have beer before 8 a.m.
Yeah, we were just talking about pumpkins. We could make pumpkin beer.
Let's do it. We'll talk to the brewmaster in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew with Friends.